Hey, welcome back, my fellow humble investors. It's me, ET, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who likes to talk about great companies, and you guys know I always love talking about humble. All right, now do me a favor before we get started. Make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. That'll really help out the channel. Now, when it comes to Humble, there's really no big news that happened last week. Um, in the investment world, the big news last week was really, everything that's going on with the debt ceiling and everything that's going on in Congress. But really, in addition to that, crypto was on fire last week. Actually, it's been on fire for the last couple of weeks. But last week, crypto was on fire. And crypto does have an impact when it comes to Humbl Financials. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. We're going to take a look not only at the price action of Humbl last week, my current position, but we're also going to take a look at the impact that the crypto run is having on Humbl Financials, all the various blocks there. And I'll focus really on the blocks that I'm involved in, and that is block 3 and block 5. So let's take a look. All right, let's start looking at this from Humbl Financials, and take a look at my block 3 and my block 5 positions. You can see really what's been going on in the crypto world, especially as it relates to Humbl. All right, this is my summary page. As you guys know, I'm in block 3, block 5. Block 3 is currently up 7%, and block 5 is up, might as well just say 10%. Now, if you remember, last week I was down overall, that initial $1,000 investment, I was down 2%. In 1 week, that went from a net loss of 2% to an overall gain. The overall gain on this one here is about 8%. Now, with block 3, I'm up 7%, and block 3 is made up of 50% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, and 25% Litecoin. All right, block 5 has 5 crypto elements, and Bitcoin is 35%, Ethereum 25%, Litecoin is 20%, Chainlink is 10%, and Cardano is 10%. So that's the composition of block 5 and also in block 3. Now, one thing that I like about that they changed on this here, it is constantly being updated now. Initially, it was only being updated once a day. So now, if I click on block 3, what I can do, as you can see, here is the composition here. This shows the current amount of coins that I have and the current value. Now, if I want, I can open this up even further, and it'll show you all the trades within block 3, block 5 that they've done so far as when they were buying, when they were selling, and so forth. Now, what you're going to find when it comes to block 3, block 5, and also block 10 is that you have a composition, and as we know in block 3, Bitcoin is 50%. Anytime that gets out of balance, what they'll go back in and do is they'll balance that. So that's why you have some of the buys and the sells here. As you can see, this most recently, back in September, they bought, and this is all through Coinbase Pro. That's the exchange that I'm using. You have 3 to choose from. I'm using Coinbase Pro. You can see they bought Bitcoin in my block 3. It shows the amount and the date. And so that kind of gives you another idea of how really useful and transparent when you start looking at Humbl Financials, their blocks. Let's see. I can go back here. All right. And the same thing here in block 5. It shows you, the composition, the current, how many coins you have, and the current value of each one of those. So now, as we all know, crypto's been pretty much on the tear. The leader of the pack when it comes to crypto, the granddaddy of them all, is Bitcoin. And what I want to do is I want to point out something here. Here's a chart of Bitcoin. And what I want to do is I want to go back to this date right here, which is the 21st of September. Now, over the course of 17 days, the 21st of September, Bitcoin was at 40,683. And as you see, the current value of Bitcoin is 54. That's a huge run in a matter of 17 days. Now, on the 21st, we know there was about 40,000. Look what happened on the 1st. Let's see, I think this is it. On the 1st of October. So you're talking about a matter of 13 days. It went from 40,000 to 48,000. All right. And then you're talking about in a matter of 8 or 9 days, it went from 48,000 to the current value of 54. And Bitcoin is pretty much leading the pack when it comes to the movement, when it comes to the crypto market. So we see the performance there of Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the rest of the cryptocurrency, especially as it relates to Block 3, Block 5. If you go to this here, coinmarketcap.com, this gives you the complete breakdown. You can do all your research when it comes to your cryptocurrency to find out what the currency is about, just about everything. It's an all-in-one research tool when it comes to the crypto market. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and the reason why I'm doing that is just to give you an idea. This here tells you that there's a total of 7,181 cryptocurrencies that they are tracking. If we go all the way up to the top, this is rank order. And what I mean by rank order is based upon their market capitalization. And at the very top, we have the leader, which is Bitcoin. Now, it shows you what's going on within the last 24 hours. It's constantly being updated. But look at the return that it has within the last 7 days. All right. Now, Bitcoin is number one. Remember, Block 3 is made up of 50% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, and 25% Litecoin. So we see that Bitcoin's moved up. What about Ethereum? Ethereum is ranked number 2. And we can see over the course of the last 7 days is up 4%. And then we have Litecoin. If I'm not mistaken, Litecoin is number 16. Here we go here, 16. The last 24 hours, almost 3%, and within the last 7 days, 5%. Now, Block 5 is made up of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, and Cardano. We've seen the movement of Bitcoin. We know the movement of Ethereum. Now, the other one is Litecoin, which we just talked about, which was ranked number 16. All right. And also, Block 5 is made up of 10% Chainlink. Chainlink is ranked right above Litecoin's number 15. And as you can see, it's really moved up within the last 7 days, more so than within the last 24 hours than it did within the last 7 days. Now, the next one is Cardano. Cardano is ranked number, where is Cardano at? There we go. Cardano is ranked number 3. And as you can see, it's making a move within the last 24 hours. Last 7 days, it was down a little. It was down almost 2%. So that shows you overall what's going on in the crypto market. It is definitely should be a not necessarily say a cornerstone, but it should be a portion of your overall investment portfolio. How much is definitely going to be left up to you. Mine is probably about 5% overall. So there we have it when it comes to the performance of the crypto market and the impact that it also had on the Humbl Financial Products that they have. The Humbl Nation, as you can see, crypto is definitely on the move. And one way that we can participate in this and get in the game, crypto game, is by participating in the Humbl Financial one of the block products. As you can see, I was in block 3 and also in block 5. So let's take a look now at the price action for last week as well as my current position in Humbl. All right. As we can see, last week, the last 5 trading days, we were on a downward trend. Second week in a row. On Friday, we opened up 75 cents and we closed at 73 cents. And as you can see, the volume on Friday was 3.8, and that was higher than the 10-day average volume of 3.4 million shares traded. The shorts are still out there. On Friday, 56% of the volume was from shorts. And looking at the week, looks like we probably dipped below 40 about 2 days out of the week. After that, we were above that 40%. Humbl is currently number 2 in the 50 most searched stocks within the last 72 hours. We've been within the top 5 for the last several months. And this here is my journal when it comes to my swing trade on Humbl. I use the profits from the swing trade to buy more shares of Humbl since I maxed out and reached my 10,000 shares. As you can see, on the 29th of September, I picked up 1,000 shares at $780. I immediately put in a limit order to sell 1,000 shares at $1. And what I'll do is I'll take the profits from that to buy more shares of Humbl. This is my current position in Humbl. I have 10,250 shares. If you look at the yellow highlighted section here, this here are all shares. This is what I'm going to record all the shares that I buy from my swing trade. So my last swing trade, I took some of the profits and bought 250 shares. Currently, I am down 51% in Humbl. I'm not worried about that because I understand that currently with Humbl trading in a range really from 78 cents to $1, even though we're beneath that 78 cents. This here is nothing more than the accumulation phase. We're going to take some news for it to really break out and get close to $1 again. We're really not going to see any true price increases until we get a few more quarters up under our belt. So that way we can take a look at the revenue that's being generated as well as the growth rate. So as you can see, really no direct news from Humbl last week, just the impact that the crypto surge is having on Humbl Financials. Yes, you can see my initial investment is $1,000, but I also investing in other platforms. I got a Wevo. Of course, I've got the Coinbase Pro, which is part of Humbl, and I also have a Robinhood. And if you really want to check out my overall crypto investments and how that's doing, check out the link that I have below. It shows the performance of my crypto investments, and that'll be in the description below. And also at the end of the video, you can go ahead and click on that video. It'll take you directly there. But as we can see, when it comes to Humbl, the shorts are still there. They're there in mass. I don't believe that we're going to see any type of upward price movement until we get some news. And I really don't foresee any type of surge in the near future because we need to get a few more quarters of that financial reports under our belt, the earnings under our belt. So that way we can see the type of revenue that's being generated in the overall growth rate that Humbl is having. So that's going to be a few months down the line before we really see that surge in price that I'm hoping, that I'm predicting it should happen once we start seeing exactly how profitable and how fast this company is growing. So with that, guys, hey, I will give you guys another update at the end of this coming week. Hopefully we get some news and we get to see some upward price action. Hey guys, I'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.